pressure on Venus's second serve.
Players are ready. Ready, play. Love 15.
Mary, we were both quick to notice that tape on Venus's upper left leg, and through the whole tournament we haven't seen that.
No.
And one of the reasons we thought she was moving better than the last few years. We have to keep an eye on that and what kind of difference that makes in her movement.
Love 15.
Here's how Venus got to this championship match. She only played one seed, Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, because Coco Vandeweghe took out the French Open champ, Garbiñe Muguruza, and the defending champ, Angelique Kerber.
That's that second serve. That is the weakest shot of the Venus-Williams game, and Serena knows that, and she's got to try to attack that time and time again.
Some start. There is the Serena Camp 2001 US Open. This was when CBS decided that these two were such a big draw, it was going to be a Saturday night final. Record ratings. And on that occasion, Venus Williams taking out her little sister in straight sets.
And this was the first time these two did battle in a major final. Quite remarkable moment. Richard Williams had promised that years earlier when they were just 9 and 10 years old. And now tonight playing in their 9th Grand Slam final. Well, Venus is pressing early, and she knows she wants to end these points quickly, but not on target yet.
Serena Williams had to beat an awful lot of good players, including a couple of former top 10s, Bencic and Safarova.
And how about the quarterfinals?
Oh, Joe Konta, who had been playing great, who hadn't dropped a set going into the quarters. But it's Mirjana Lucic-Baroni who took out both Aga Radwanska and Karolina Pliskova. Pliskova, the woman who took out both these two at the US Open last September.
40-13.
No one has beaten Serena Williams more than her older sister. 11 times, including twice at Wimbledon. Only woman to ever beat Serena more than once there. And that goes wide.
After playing a great opening game, Serena just looks a little nervous this service game. Not on her toes, not moving as well as we've seen her this tournament.
Break right back. This is where history might be made again right now. Serena and Steffi Graf are tied at 22. Margaret Court, of course, with 24, including 11 Australian Open titles, but only 4 in the Open era. Back then, for many years, the Australian Open had only 32 players.
I was going to ask what you thought of that record. Do you look at
I
overall or just the Open era?
I always try to quantify it.
Yeah. But to leave no doubt in everyone's mind.
Oh yeah,
Serena's want to get to 25. Let's see if that loosens Serena up a bit. Not often you see her nerves, and early in this match, she knows what a big, you can tell she knows what a big occasion it is. She said it the other day, she felt that this was one of the biggest match of both of their lives.
And then she added, so far.
It was a nice touch.
So far. I mean, back when they started playing, when they first played here, Martina Hingis was ranked #1 in the world. And by the way, she's still playing doubles and mixed doubles.
Thirty 14. Ladies and gentlemen, as a courtesy to both players, please remain quiet during the point. Thank you.
Wow.
Advantage.
Early anger from Serena Williams.
Warning, Serena Williams.
And already a warning in game 3. Not something you see from Venus Williams.
No, that right there is one of the biggest difference between these two on court. And we talked about it the other match in the semifinals. Venus lost a hard-fought first set, 7-6. Started the second set first game, looked like she had won the first set. Much more even keel and calm as the big sister.
And after that, Venus went on to play so well against the surprise semifinalist Coco Vandeweghe, winning 10 of the last 15 games.
Deuce.
Second serve points won. 1 of 7. This was the racket. Played a tournament in Amelia Island. Needed a local hitting partner.
But even David said that if Venus wins, he said, it'll be crazy. I mean, it'll be the story of the year.
And they've been through a lot together, weathered a lot of storms, and he doesn't get a lot of credit, but he has been there just about every step of the way with Venus.
Last 10 years. He was called a hitting partner for way too long.
Serena Williams.
But he's here. Neither the Williams sisters' mother nor father is here, and their sister Isha has been here for 2 weeks, but she's not here for this one.
She's in the hotel tonight watching.
That's what she said. And who can blame her?
Game, Serena Williams.
Said he watched every single one of Venus's matches from this tournament.
15 love.
And these two, for about 10 or 12 years, they've had their own teams. And they conduct their businesses separately. And they very rarely practice together anymore or hit together. Venus has her coach and her hitting partner, and the same with Serena. But they're very much a unit away from the tennis.
30 love.
How pretty is it what Serena said before this match? Nothing can break our family. If anything, this will bring us closer together. She said, I know I want to see Venus do the best she can possibly do, and I know she wants to see me do the best I can do.
Well, it's interesting. Both these two are staying at the same hotel here in Melbourne. And the hotel, the Sofitel, they are planning a party for both sisters. And it's going to be a joint party. The hotel manager, was telling me that. And they are excited to celebrate together. We'll see how this match plays out and how close it is, but that's the plan for now. And both serving just in the low 50s.
Deuce.
When she lost in the semis a couple of years ago to Roberta Vinci, in a very quick interview, she said, I don't choke, I never choke. What amazes me is how well she fights when she is choking. That's one of her best parts. Doesn't she know how proud she should be of that?
I'm going to say she's purely doing that because she's still competing, not to give her opponents an edge, possibly?
No, I get it.
Or denial?
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just thinking what we all admire so much about her is how she handles herself when she tries to recover, reset. Resilience is a beautiful thing. And we know when she's tight, we know it's not true.
That was 3 doubles in one game.
Yep.
You ever seen the second serve from Serena at 62 miles per hour? She is tight here early.
15 love.
Stuff from the elder Williams. This is how she looked against Coco Vandeweghe in the semis. Coco was coming at her, just as Serena wants to do.
Well, Serena's trying to find her rhythm right now. She's just, right now, just making balls, seeing if she can almost hit her way out of this little funk she's in. She's come out nervous, and very few times can you visibly see it from her this early in a match. And she's, right now, just trying to make balls, get through this moment.
That's a late call. Called long, and Venus walks away. The first hold of this match.
And she is flustered here early.
She caught it a bit late. Venus off her hip. Did it catch? Yes.
Love 13. Serena Williams has 2 challenges remaining.
And Serena's got to be careful because she already has the warning for the racket that she broke after just the second game. So even if she wants to let some emotion out, which she normally does to get herself going, she's got to be a little careful.
So against 4 double faults, now her 4th ace.
Game, Serena
So she
Williams.
holds. Her fiance, Alex Ohanian, suited up for the
3
big
games, all
occasion.
set
It's kind of
seconds.
nice, isn't it?
Yeah, and Alexis has been watching both of these two the whole 2 weeks.
That's pretty nice, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he was on the edge of his seat in Venus's semifinal, and Serena had yet to play.
welcome to the Williams family.
Grand
Going to watch a
Slam.
lot of tennis.
Exactly.
I used to watch Arantxa Sanchez Vicario's mom when Arantxa and her two brothers were playing.
Javier and Emilio.
And they were playing singles, doubles, and mixed. The woman was always exhausted.
15-all.
Already 24 unforced errors in this first set. Second ace from Venus. I think all of us here at the compound assumed that this match could go this way. That the men's championship match, Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal, tomorrow night could be a better match just because there is so much between these two. I mean, it's hard for me to watch them compete against each other.
Yeah.
How must it be to play?
And also the playing styles, the mentality, all of it doesn't allow either one to really play their best.
Another break. Serena up 4-3 in the women's final. Got it.
That has a shot. That is the shot that has come back into play for Venus. The running stretch forehand where she uses her wingspan to get power, and she's been going cross court beautifully. This shot was one of the reasons she got to #1 in the world in the early 2001 time frame. But she hasn't been able to move as well as she has in this tournament for a couple of years. It's always been Venus who gets out of rhythm and out of sync on her serve historically, but Serena just, her serve, just not used to seeing it being so out of rhythm.
Fifteen, 13.
That's 2 points this game Venus has
40-30.
gotten control of. Made a loose error.
Remember Richard Williams, when these two were just coming along and Venus was already making a name for herself, he warned us all that this is the one who'd be an even bigger champion because she's meaner. And now she's taken control of this opening set.
Serena Williams leads 5-3.
So many big moments for Serena. This was her first in '03. This sealed the Serena Slam, the first of them.
Yeah, it had been 3.5 years since Serena was able to win at the US Open. And then her first Australian Open.
She's had some big milestones at the majors. When Serena won the US Open, she beat Yankovic. And that got her to 9, and she said she wanted double digits. In 2010, the Australian Open, when she beat Justine Henin here, she tied with Billie Jean King, who she's always admired. But when she's got to hit the big marks or try to surpass them, we have seen her get tight.
Well, she's getting better.
Yep.
And those early nerves, she's working out of her system.
15-30.
You get the sense she's fighting herself just as much as her opponent tonight.
Williams facing Williams and Williams. Again, the pressure to surpass Graf, get back to number 1.
That's you.
That's on hold from Venus Williams. But her kid sister serves for the opening set when we come back on Tennis Channel. Serena Williams serves for the opening set.
Love.
She started to use that serve to the forehand much better.
Halfway to her 7th Australian Open, her 23rd major.
While Aussie legends John Newcombe and Tony Roach enjoyed success in singles, it was their performance together in doubles that cemented their immortal status in Australia and in the sport of tennis.
In Australia, we don't talk about just single champions. It was the right-handed, left-handed combination. They were an iconic duo together.
I remember as a youngster, my mum would, "We've got to sit down and watch Nuke and Roachie." She thought they were honeys.
Both major champions in their own right, John and Tony came together to perfect their play for Davis Cup. They quickly realized their strengths on the court meshed in such a way that they could take aim at even grander targets.
Well, you talk to a lot of Hall of Famers, they'll tell you Newcombe, in terms of serve and volley together, might be one of the best pure serve and volleys we've ever had in the game. And then Roach, John McEnroe says his backhand volley is probably the greatest in the history of tennis.
My job was just to cover my half of the court, and I never doubted that he could cover his half of the court. He was like a solid rock over the other side.
As a team, John and Tony ruled the game, claiming 5 Wimbledon titles, 4 Australian titles, 2 Roland Garros titles, and 1 U.S. Championship title, giving them a record 12 total majors and a career Grand Slam.
Sensational Australian team, won their share of Grand Slam titles, a great Davis Cup team. I certainly tip my hat to those guys.
In an era when Leigh was playing, when Rose was playing, when Emerson was playing before that, these are all Grand Slam champions. And to be able to compete with them and to rival them is obviously an inspiration.
Decades later, Roach and Newcombe still remain the most successful doubles pairing in Australian tennis history when it comes to taking titles at the majors. And their place at the top will likely remain for many years to come.
Tennis Story, presented by Tennis Express.
Time.
Serena Williams with the opening set against her sister, and on every changeover through that opening set, we saw Serena reading the notes. She does this not every match certainly, but when it's a big one, an important one, things she wants to remind herself to do. I mean, again, this is Serena Williams trying to get past Ralph, to get that much closer to Margaret Court's 24 major titles. And when it's an important number, a big number, it takes an awful lot out of her. You can sense the pressure on her shoulders. Last year, she tried to get Graf here and lost to Kerber. She tried to get to 22 in Paris. Lost at Roland Garros to Muguruza. Last summer at Wimbledon, she beat Kerber and tied with Steffi. And as her coach says, that joy lasts for a couple of minutes, and she's on to the next big thing.
Venus has got to get that first serve going consistently. For the match, still 2 for 11 on second serve points won. Just not able to defend due to her movement being a bit hampered by her legs. Also Serena's return. She's going to have to rely on the first serve to get her through this one.
40-50.
That's a nice start for Venus Williams.
First game, second set.
2014 against Caroline Wozniacki. Serena tied at 18 majors, but it had taken her a full year from one U.S. Open to this one. And look at her. I mean, look what it meant to her to finally tie Chrissy and Martina.
And it was a beautiful moment because both Chrissy and Martina were on hand.
They walked out and
yeah,
and they surprised her.
How about this?
Whew. That's kind of snappy.
Venus has an uphill battle ahead of her now, Serena. If Serena gets that first set in a major final, never lost. Keep in mind, she's only lost 6.
That's very
22
true.
and 6.
And the first time they played here, it was the second round when she was 16 and her sister 17. Venus beat her, but then she said after that match, I see us as the number 1 and number 2 seeds interchangeable. I mean, calling it at 17. I love what Garbina Muguruza said a couple of years ago when she was 21. Muguruza said, when I was 4 or 5, I'd turn on the TV and they were playing. Today, I turn on the TV and they're still playing. So I'm saying, how is this possible?
14-15.
Yeah, we had Martina Navratilova play singles into her mid-30s. Steffi Graf, 29. I'm out of here.
And how old were you? You won this
about
in
30.
2000?
Yeah. 31. It's close. Attitudes are contagious, and when you have this whole big group of legendary players saying they want to play to 35, now 36, 37, saying they love this sport more than anything else, it's an awesome thing to see.
Serena Williams. 1 game all, second set.
Now the first set, 41 minutes. Venus doing a better job of making her first serve, but still broken 3 times. Look at the second serve points won. Serena is all over that weak second serve of Venus's tonight. And amazingly, after starting off slow, Serena still ended that set with more winners than unforced errors.
I'm telling you, resetting. It's my favorite part of her now.
Serena was covering that wide serve. She's been beat by that serve a few times and held her ground beautifully on this return.
Love 14.
Well, after such a good hold to begin this second set, early trouble again.
Fifteen 14. Thirteen 14.
Well, it'd be huge if Venus was able to get out of this game. Love 40 down. 3 first serves to the forehand.
Comes from Venus Williams, Lindsay. And how many people can hit a winning shot like that from that far off the court and on the run?
And full stretch.
And full stretch.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
From Love 40. That hold of serve even more impressive than the first in set 2.
2. It's so true because Serena always shows us what she's feeling, how she's feeling, when it's a big moment, when she's turning a match around. And Venus, you normally get the same look. You know, she's much more calm demeanor.
Fifteen.
Almost as if Venus is expecting that serve to come harder. She's mistimed a few by being early. That is the camera inside Venus Williams support team. Two second serve returns not put into play by Venus. Got to take advantage of those opportunities.
Still lacks belief in her very best shot. That's her 5th double fault.
Two games on, second set.
And these last couple games, it's been more unforced errors than anything from both these two. The forehand, the shot that has been working so well for Venus throughout this tournament, suddenly letting her down here.
That was about 116 out wide. Wow. Look at this. She lost in the semis of the U.S. Open, same round where she'd lost the year before. Shut down her season after losing to Karolina Pliskova. So this represents her shot to go after 23.
15 love.
And Wimbledon seemed like such a relief for Serena.
Exactly.
After falling in the final of the first two majors. Again, she was 21-4 last year going into the final match here in Melbourne. And she played a match against Kerber here in the final, who was too steady for her, and then got hit off the court in Paris against Garbiñe Muguruza, and Serena wasn't used to that. And she put a lot of focus and energy into winning Wimbledon.
Please.
The good news is they're both serving in the 70s. The bad news is how attackable their second serves have been. Just love to see Serena take big breaths in between these points. Still feel like there's an awful lot of shallow breathing.
So much tension.
Yeah.
Next.
$40-15. You don't see that very often. Venus talking to her camp. A little frustrated there. That is about the extent of...
We're not going to see a racket break?
I'd be stunned, Mara, but we've seen a lot of crazy things this tournament.
That misses wide. Serena holds for 3-all.
3 games all, second set.
Venus Williams has not won a major title. since she turned 30 6 years ago. Serena, at 35, going for her 10th as a 30-something.
I love that play from Serena. Normally it's Venus, the player, the sister, more comfortable moving forward. That is a good play. First, to get your feet moving, to get some of the nerves out, and also to send a message to Venus.
Yeah, you have 15 over.
That's the trophy she wants to raise right there for the 7th time. This has been her most successful major. Of course, she's done pretty well at the others.
Yeah. Wimbledon. 7-time champion, US Open, 6-time champion.
And look at that. That's ridiculous. Trying to tie with her Wimbledon wins.
Now that point got Serena's camp on their feet and trying to get her over. The edge here, she's so close to really breaking this match open. And maybe a point like this will give her that added confidence.
Thank you.
You gave me some percentages on how well these two had to play, Lindsay. Repeat them again?
Yeah, I really felt coming into this, Venus had to play almost 90% or higher at her best. I felt Serena could still get through this match at about 70. And to be honest, I think Serena's playing at about 65% tonight so far.
And Venus?
Of her best?
Yeah.
I think she's a ways off.
That stayed in.
Advantage Serena Williams.
There's no question Venus is playing well below the 90%. She needs to play to beat Serena. Have you ever seen that? 2 break points in a row. Serena doesn't put the return in play. I don't see that often.
Advantage Serena Williams.
You don't normally see Venus give away her emotions so much. Usually keeps her head up a lot more than that. Doesn't throw it back and look like she's in distress. Wow. Emphatic return of serve. Serena Williams now up a set and a break. She holds serve 2 more times. She's the champion. 6 presidential terms. And there were some doubles in there.
Love. Love.
10th ace. And that's her favorite serve to the ad court. That's her favorite to the deuce.
40 love. Game, Serena Williams.
A love hold takes her 4 points away.
Serena Williams leads 5 games to 3, second set.
That's Camp Venus Williams. They're going to need a lot of things to go their way for Venus to be able to get back into this match.
The fans trying to lift Venus up. She's pretty far down right now.
Next for service.
Right, as soon as Venus hits this overhead, you can see her grab her upper arm. See if, you know, it looks like it's...
They pulled out of the doubles here, Lindsay, because
of an arm injury, but yeah, it definitely looks like she just aggravated something.
Serena refused to talk about the major milestone she was going for, and in 3 more points, if she can win them, she'll finally tell us what this is like. How big a deal it is. To get past Krusevich, Martina Navratilova, and on this night, Steffi Graf. Not yet, says Venus. Who wants to make her kid sister serve this out. will have to serve it out. Coming up on 9 p.m. on this beautiful Saturday night. Serena Williams serving for even more history.
Love 15. Thank you.
That was Serena's fastest serve of the night, 120 miles per hour.
15.
Longest rally of this match, 25 strikes of the ball. And Serena finds the net.
15-13.
Two more points.
30.
And what's amazing and beautiful is that as disappointed as Venus Williams will be, if she loses this match, there'll be no one happier for Serena Williams than Venus Williams. No kidding. 23 and counting. It was not easy. It wasn't easy to play, and in fact, for much of this match, it wasn't even easy to watch. And let's update this leaderboard, Lindsay.
Yep, now just one away from tying Margaret Court. And you know she's not going to stop there.
Nope.
The motivation is strong. And Serena Williams wins another singles Grand Slam without the loss of one set.
How beautiful was it? As soon as match point was over, Venus raced to the net to get to her sister.
It was a tough, emotional road for Serena in a lot of ways, and did not play much tennis last year. Was very disappointed after the US Open with that semifinal loss. And what a tournament again here in Melbourne for her.
7 Australian Open titles. That ties her 7 Wimbledon titles. And when we come back, we'll have the trophy presentation. Back down on court now for the trophy presentation. These things tend to go long.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a final and what a family. Let's hear it all for Serena and Venus Williams. Joining us for tonight's presentation is the President of Tennis Australia, Mr. Steve Healy, the Chief Executive Officer of ANZ, Mr. Shane Elliott, and ANZ Hotshot of the Year, Sienne Demont. Please make them welcome. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been 30 years since she won her second Australian Open. Please welcome back 1980 and 1987 Australian Open champion, Hannah Manlikova. Also with us tonight, the CEO of Tennis Australia and Tournament Director, Mr. Craig Tiley, and Tournament Referee, Wayne McEwen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I'd like to welcome the President of Tennis Australia, Mr. Steve Healy.
Good evening, everyone. It's been a magnificent fortnight of women's tennis, and we thank every player from the WTA who has participated. Thank you to our wonderful sponsors, led by Kia, Jacobs Creek, Emirates, ANZ, Rolex, and all of those that support us and encourage us and give us the licence to be creative and innovative as we like to be at the Australian Open. Thank you to all the fans who fill the stadium here and provide such wonderful atmosphere for all of the players. I know how much they appreciate that. My special thanks to all of the ball boys, the ushers, the linesmen, the drivers and everybody who makes up our tournament team. It's your professionalism and dedication and commitment that the players so much appreciate, and all of us fans as well. And to Venus and Serena, you are truly inspiring women. Congratulations on a magnificent tournament. Venus, you're second runner-up at the Australian Open. We're sorry that you didn't win tonight, but it's great to have you back on the big stage. Well done for this last fortnight. And Serena, your 7th Australian Open, your 23rd Grand Slam, now just one behind the great Margaret Court, who watched you play tonight. And next week, #1 in the world again. Congratulations. Can I now ask the chair umpire, Alison Hughes, to come up for her gift?
Congratulations and thank you to Alison Hughes of Great Britain. I would now like to ask, ladies and gentlemen, ANZ Young Hotshot of the Year, Sienne Dumont, to come forward and present the cheque, and Hannah Manlikova to present the trophies to our runner-up. 7-time Grand Slam champion and one half of the greatest sibling act in world sport, Venus Williams.
Good evening in Australia. Hello around the world. First, I have to say thank you to God Jehovah for the blessings of this life, to be here on earth and to enjoy this moment and to be breathing. This is a beautiful thing. I am so happy to be able to play in front of you all tonight and to thank you. Thank you to my team. Love you guys, y'all rock. Serena Williams. That's my little sister, guys. Congratulations, Serena, on number 23. I have been right there with you. Some of them I lost right there against you. I guess that's weird, but it's true. And but it's been an awesome thing. Your win has always been my win. I think you know that. And all the times that I couldn't be there, or wouldn't be there, didn't get there, you were there. God willing, would love to come back. Thank you for all the love. Thank you.
Venus beautifully said the words of a champion. And so, ladies and gentlemen, to our 2017 Australian Open champion. She won her 23rd Grand Slam title tonight, now only one behind the great Margaret Court. For the 7th time champion here at Melbourne Park, and with it all, back to #1 in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, our champion, the legendary Serena Williams.
Wow, as Venus said, first and foremost, I give all praise There's no way I would be at 23 without her. There's no way I would be at 1 without her. There's no way I would have anything without her. She's my inspiration. She's the only reason I'm standing here today and the only reason that the Williams sisters exist. So thank you, Venus, for inspiring me to be the best player that I could be and inspiring me to work hard. Every time you won this week, I felt like I got to win too. So thank you so much. Thank you. And she deserves an incredible round of applause. She's made an amazing comeback, and I definitely think she'll be standing here next year, and I don't like the word comeback. She's never left, so she's been such a great champion, so thank you, Venus. I have to thank my team, Patrick, Robbie, Zane, Jill, and everyone that I always forget. I couldn't have done this week without you guys. Patrick, you're the best. You really helped me so much. Robbie, thank you for being there for me. I love you guys. Zane, thank you. Jill, you know everything we've been through. Thank you so much. And as you guys know, we travel as a family. My sisters, Isha, my sister that's not here, Lynn, my parents, mom and dad, I love you guys so much. Life wouldn't be possible without them, and this wouldn't be. Thank you to the crowd. You guys are simply stunning, amazing, beautiful. I'm going on and on, you know, who knows, I'm trying to stay up here as long as I can. I missed it last year, so. I have to thank the tournament director. Craig does such a great job out here, and he makes it such a wonderful event for us, and we love coming here. Thanks to all the volunteers and everyone. Arena's Army, I see you. I love you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again. 23-time Grand Slam champion and her 7th Australian Open crown. Our winner for 2017, Serena Williams.
They really are remarkable siblings, aren't they?
That does conclude our official presentation. There will be a photo opportunity in just a moment with both the winner and runner-up. And shortly, Serena will complete a lap of honour with the Daphne Ackhurst Memorial
You could see
Trophy.
the emotions out of both of these two, but it did look like Venus had some disappointment there, and obviously proud of her sister and the history that she's been able to achieve, but definitely wanted to hold that winner's trophy. And Serena speaking about how she missed her opportunity last year to speak.
That part.
Exactly, and now she has passed Steffi Graf 23 career major singles titles.
What do you think, Lindsay? I mean, we saw that obviously they were both tense for this one. Serena once again able to play through all the pressure of this moment. Do you think she will go into Roland Garros as she goes for her 4th French Open title there and her 24th win? Do you think she'll be more relaxed?
I do.
I do too.
I think when she starts the year with the major, I think it gives her more and more confidence. I mean, she just won her 6th singles major without dropping a set. She's now won 7 at both here in Melbourne and at Wimbledon.
No one else has.
No, it's remarkable. This is going to lead to bigger and better things, if that's possible for Serena this year.
And for Venus, can she replicate what she was able to do here?
It all depends on if she stays healthy. And we saw tonight Venus Williams that did not look as healthy as we had seen in her previous 6 matches. And her movement was better this tournament. Her serve was better this tournament, but wasn't enough against Serena.
Such pretty words they gave to each other. One more time. Here's where we stand now. Venus passing some of the all-time greats, and I think we'd all be very, very surprised if she doesn't pass Margaret Court as well. In fact, I'd be a little surprised if it doesn't happen this season.
Yeah, she's on a mission, and she has these lofty goals, and she just checks the boxes off as she goes. And we leave another Grand Slam with Serena Williams in the winner's circle.
So the younger Williams sister, Serena, takes the women's championship here. The men play tomorrow night. Will the younger one win that one? Rafa Nadal at 30 against 35-year-old Roger Federer. This 35-year-old takes it right here. Oh boy, how beautiful, how heartfelt, how authentic. There's just never going to be anything like this ever again. '23 for the great Serena Williams.